two of my exes have shown that sort of behavior, and the more I think about it, it's coming from like a jealousy perspective. And these are men I've invested into. I've generally been the breadwinner in these relationships, and I realize it's a jealousy thing. They these two individuals, they kind of have this like who do you think you are type thing, and I'm like, I'm exactly who I am. Who do you think I am? Do you know what I mean? Like, y'all know what I'm saying. Y'all know exactly what I'm saying.
So, Joy, give us an example of how this happened. Where he'd be like, yo, you think you hot shit, bruv? Like, how does that happen? Like, what makes him say that to you?
To be honest with you, I can be a little overbearing in relationships. I know it's hard to tell. I know, that's a shocker. Who can guess that? But so that's why for me, like, I feel as though I do well with a strong man, a financially independent man, somebody who's doing well successfully, finances on point. Unfortunately, if they don't meet that criteria, like I said, there is going to be certain issues that we will have.
The only thing I had to add when I was listening, it was just like, as Carissa was speaking, it's like that little sense of like, I did get the sense like you're better than, right? And it's like, I think that's the attitude that they talk about.
The boss bitch mentality.
My man, I'm doing his laundry, I'm cooking his meals. He said we're not going to Vegas, we're not going to Vegas. I mean, it is what it is.
He make more money than you? Hell no.
I would say no.
No. I want you to say hell no, like the truth.
Perfect. Right. That was a no.
Huh?
That was a no. No, that was a no. No,
he don't make more money than you. So here's the thing about this, Ressa. This is pure manipulation.
How is it manipulation?
You disparaging the men that you don't like and trying to mask it as he's not financially stable to be with me. The truth is, you just didn't like them, right? You're trying to find a reason to justify, I want to go on a trip, but he can't. Nah. You didn't have an affinity for those men, right? You didn't have an inclination towards those men, and therefore you treated them like they were just there for the time being. Now let's get it popping, man. So this is a topic, salute to Saad. She brought it to my attention to something that we needed to revisit. Tamia was actually on a panel that we kind of had a discussion about men being intimidated.
Perfect.
My retort was, he's not intimidated. Your behavior is unbecoming. But I don't want to speed too far past this. Caressa expressed extreme joy and jubilation as it pertains to this topic, right? So it's only right that I let her open the floor. Uh-oh.
Well, that was a great intro. I guess I'll just take the ball and run with it.
Indeed.
So yeah, in terms of intimidation, I don't know, Ham. To be honest with you, I feel as though with dating, it's a roller coaster. I would say a lot of men were intimidated by me. And a lot of it was just, I would honestly say it was my success, because I don't see anything else that they would be intimidated by. And I was just having this conversation earlier with someone, and I said, in order for a man to have a healthy relationship with a successful woman, I feel as though he needs to have a certain level of success as well. If not, he will be intimidated by her.
Okay. So you're saying you, as a financially successful woman, men are intimidated by your financial success?
They are. I do believe so.
How do they know how financially successful you are?
Well, obviously, when you're getting to know someone, when you're dating someone, you can tell by the car that they drive, the house that they live, the career path that they've chosen, the way they carry themselves, the expectations that they have. So I think off the bat, men typically do know who they're dealing with early on. And that could be very intimidating for some, especially if they're not stable or successful. Because a lot of men, what I've realized is a lot of men that
Caressa, so Joy, I apologize, right? Caressa been rocking with me upwards of 5 months now. And yet she continues to use terms that aren't allowed on This Might Be Risky. Those terms being some, a lot, right? There's like, that's arbitrary, right? It doesn't make her take a stance. So now I have to over pursue her to get her to clarify her points, Joy. So
say the majority, yes. The majority of men in order for them to not be intimidated by a successful woman, I
Mm-hmm.
do believe they need to have some level of some success themselves. I do believe that.
Okay. And so now here's what gave me cause for pause. Y'all don't let men pick you up from your house anymore. That's not how
No, that's
dating
a
is.
safety issue.
Indeed.
That's a safety issue.
Indeed.
No,
So the house is out. Okay. So now
the house is
also,
out.
oftentimes when you guys are going out in the evenings and things of that nature, I've seen people, especially in metropolitans, Uber.
No.
And when you walk in, hold on to me, let me finish windmilling.
Yeah, I'll meet you there.
Yeah, exactly. And so when you walk in the restaurant or whatever the scene is, right? The car is not in view unless he's waiting at the door. But usually people just wait at the bar for their person to come in and then they go set, right? So is she a braggart? Is that what's happening? Like I live in a 4,000 square foot house and I drive a Infinity M37X that they don't make anymore because now they got the G's. I mean the Q's. Like how does he know that you have all these lavish things? If we could
Certainly
we being
bragging though.
realistic. Go ahead, talk your shit.
It could be honestly, Hemp, it could be something as simple of the town that you live in. For example, there's
Okay,
certain areas in Jersey, when I tell people where I live, automatically they know what it is.
okay,
So if someone says, "Oh, I'm from Newark," or "I'm from Trenton or Irvington," they know,
okay.
that's the hood. They know that most more than likely I'm living in poverty, what have you.
Damn.
But when I disclose where I live, they're like, "Oh, okay, you live out there?" Yes, I live out there.
Okay, okay. That's tangible. I accept that. I accept that. Okay. And so when you're on these dates, Caressa, right, where these men are quote unquote intimidated by you, what is your conversation like?
It's just standard getting to know people. Like, what do you do? Career path, past experiences, just things of general conversation. It's nothing specific. And I feel as though people assume it's probably along the lines of how much money did you make last year? No, it's not like that. Like I said, just based on getting to know someone, based on their conversation, you can gauge whether or not that's a financially established person just based on conversation. You don't
Okay.
necessarily have to ask them what their network is.
Okay, okay, okay. I accept that. Okay, I accept that because casual conversation, right? Upon first meeting somebody, you kind of go into those things that are kind of easy to broach, like what you do for a living, which I think shows the ineptness of people's ability to converse in like in a dating setting, right? Because that's often one of the default questions because we don't have much else to talk about, seemingly. Okay, okay. So Caressa. Is there anything else you want to add? Because I've been kind of asking you questions.
I would say that's it in a nutshell.
Okay, okay. Is your job title like one that people can easily identify as like exalted? Like people say I'm a medical doctor. Most people like, oh shit. Like is your title something
Um,
like that?
so pretty much for me, I'm a state employee. So with state employees in the state of New Jersey, you can look up their salary. So
Mm-hmm.
I've actually had men in the past tell me that they've like searched me and they've pretty much looked up how much money I made.
Okay. And you see a disposition change in those men?
Certain ones I have seen,
Most of them?
certain ones. Um, it's hard to tell because honestly, I think if some of them are searching me, they're not disclosing that information. So it's hard to tell. I've had like two guys tell me that because it's funny because women need to understand the same way we're doing research on men when we're dating them, they're doing research on us as well.
Hmm. Okay. I've never researched a woman.
I've heard men say that they do. They do the social media search, they do the Google search.
Okay. Okay. I guess I did see like something on a person's Instagram to where I'm like, oh, I don't want to talk to this person. But it wasn't like in depth. Like I just, the first six pictures, her ass was on the sink. I'm like, I'm good. Does that count as research?
That's for sure. That is.
So,
That's not research if you follow her though. Like if y'all follow each other, that's just you so happen to come across her pictures. Like I don't think now typing her name in and going to look for it, yeah, that's research.
hmm, okay. Now I think that to Caressa's point, right? We don't want to throw the baby out the bathwater. I think people use social media to do a level of vetting, right? To try to understand a person's mind frame, right? Like if a man has a money phone, right, on his Instagram, I think we make assumptions about that person, right? One thing to me that gave me cause for pause was our people, right? The sentiment is that we have an affinity for luxury items even when we can't afford them. I hope and pray that they don't put Klarna and Afterpay on people's credit reports because I don't think it's going to go well, right? Because that gives you the ability to buy things that you can't afford. We often don't
Right.
care about price, we care about affordability. You see, we'll get a car for $1 million if the payments are $200 a month. You see, so we'll overspend, but if we can budget it monthly, most of us kind of be like, okay, cool, fuck it, because the interest rate is less important than affordability for me month to month, right? So when I see people pop up with a bunch of dope shit, to me, I don't know if it says this person is doing well or this person is playing into the stereotypes that exist about us.
Right. And that's the
Right.
thing.
It's very hard to. It's very hard to decide whether or not they're playing into the stereotype or they actually having it. Like it's very hard to decide which one.
Yeah, 100%. So when they see you though, right? Well, let me ask you: do you agree with Carissa's sentiments?
Um. Well, I've never had a man who was intimidated by my success or anything like that. So I
Okay.
can't say I agree or disagree with her.
Okay, you haven't experienced it though.
Yeah, I haven't.
Okay, let me open the floor.
I've experienced that,
Yeah,
I'd
go ahead, Joy.
say.
Go ahead, Joy.
And it's more so you don't catch it early until it's like I'll say the past two of my exes have shown that sort of behavior, and then and the more I think about it, it's coming from like a jealousy perspective. And these are men I've invested into. I've generally been the breadwinner in these relationships, and I realize it's a jealousy thing. They these two individuals, they kind of have this like who do you think you are type thing, and I'm like, I'm exactly who I am. Who do you think I am? Do you know what I mean? Like, y'all know what I'm saying. Y'all know exactly what I'm
So
saying.
Joy, we want to take
Like,
this. We want
I didn't put myself on a pedestal.
Joy,
If you want to put me on a pedestal, that's you.
Joy. So let us take this walk with you. Give us an example of how this happens. Where he be like, yo, you think you hot shit, bruv? Like, how does that happen? Like, what makes him say that to you?
I'm me, right? So I don't front for nothing. I'm literally me. So people have a I'm not like a braggy, docious person. I literally am me. So when they see me just being authentically me, they're like, how can you be that? You know what I mean? So I can't cite examples because it's something that is just an ongoing thing. I'm like unapologetically me, always have been since I was a youth, right to my right to me being now. So some people are just so not confident in who they are that they when they see you are, it's a problem. You know what I mean?
So you're saying that those men were insecure in it?
Correct.
Damn, man.
Can I add on to that too, Ham? Can I give you an example of that
Sure.
as
You want to
well?
pile on the niggas? By all means, Caressa. Go ahead.
Of course, might as well, might as well. So, another example of that is I like to travel. So, whenever I'm dating somebody, it could be a little sly, oh, you out again? Yes, I'm out again. You knew I like to travel. Just because your money ain't up and you can't travel, you see what it's always an issue. That's how you can tell when they're secretly hating on you because you see the jealousy, the envy, the little sly comments like, oh, you out again? Like, yeah, you knew I like to travel. Like, we had this discussion on date number two. Like, this shouldn't be nothing new to you.
Or is he just saying like you out again, like you
Yeah, you need to
outside
go in the
again?
house.
Like right.
But okay, so so I agree with that sentiment, Carissa. But then also, like, if I want to like put myself in like the man's shoes, I could feel like, hey, I'm making good money, I'm doing well for myself. Your like appetite to go out and to have and want these things, that could become a liability for me. So it's like if you understand that, I feel like it's not intimidation, but if you have like this mentality, like, I don't know, like I'm just having it my way. It's like, can a man really tell you like you need to chill?
Hey, Saw, just do this. Picture, picture CJ when you talking to the ladies. Just that way you can just let it out, all right? Go ahead, say it with your chest this time.
But yeah, I feel like sometimes it could be a problem if a man
Okay.
can't really correct you, or if he
Mm,
feel like correcting you is going to be an issue. I feel like
mm.
that's where the inconvenience and the liability lies at. Because it's like I could be trying to be like, all right, yeah, we like these trips, we need to do this, but for right now, I'm trying to make an investment on this. I need you to chill, and you like, fuck it, make the money, let's go and do this. So that's the only reason why I'm like, I can see where it could be like a little inconvenience, and it's not intimidation.
Yeah, so they saying your lifestyle doesn't lead to things that are substantive. It's just all fun because now you have access to this liquid capital that you want to spend all willy nilly when I have bigger fish to fry. So you are an
He
you
has bigger fish to fry. I've already fried my fish and I've eaten already. So I'm going on vacation, whether he likes it or not.
no matter what.
Well, so how do you date successfully then if you have the mentality that
You gonna do
it's
what you want
whether
to
he
do.
likes it or not? Like how are you dating successfully then?
So again, it goes back to dating on your level. Like I've dated men where they travel several times a month, and it's
But you're
never been a
but
problem with travel. I
right,
think the
but you're
money is
speaking
the
about men
issue.
that is intimidated by you, the man that doesn't have it. So are you dating men that's on your level, or are you dating men that's not on your level? Because it's kind of confusing, like what you're
Right.
saying.
So that's the thing. Obviously, it's going to be a mixed bag of men. Not every man that I come across is going to be a millionaire or
Right.
billionaire, what have you. Sometimes you just have to date what's available to you in the dating pool, and it's not always a man that's financially wealthy.
But
So
that's the
that's why, like
thing.
I said, from experience, I've noticed those men that are not as successful, those are the ones that are a bit challenging to date just because we have various issues.
But that's the thing though. So you're if you're coming to this man at an even playing level and be like, all right, I know you don't got it like me. I got it. And he's like, okay, I don't got it like this, and this what I need to work, and you just like, fuck it, nigga, get your bag up. It's just like, I don't know if I'm intimidated, but it's just like, bitch, who the fuck is you talking to? Because like if the man is supposed to be the lead, like they say, it's just like I don't know, it brings conflict, I think.
Yeah.
I go ahead, go ahead.
No, I was gonna say I think that in your case you have to date men that's on your level, because if a man isn't on
Hmm.
your level, you would potentially make them feel less than you. And that's a problem for men that feel that they are leaders, you know? So I think that's more so of,
So
just my take on it.
all right, so
Yeah,
let's
and I agree with you. I absolutely agree with you because to be honest with you, I can be a little overbearing in relationships. I know it's hard to tell, but I know that's a shocker. Who would guess that? But so that's why for me, like I feel as though I do well with a strong man, a financially independent man, somebody who's doing well successfully, finances on point. Unfortunately, if they don't meet that criteria, like I said, there is going to be certain issues that we will have. And another thing is too, and I want to say when I travel, it may seem as though it's leisure, but you got to keep in mind, my mom lives in Belize. Most of my family lives in Belize. So I'm traveling to Belize throughout the year. So that's why when I'm leaving, like if I'm dating somebody, I'm gonna let my partner know, like Ham doesn't like the word partner. I'm gonna let my I'm gonna let my man know that, I'm planning a vacation. I'm about to be out. But unfortunately, I've dated people in the past who they just weren't able to keep up with that. Oh,
okay.
Okay.
Left how is it orientated? Right side of the screen. Do you guys have anything to add to what we've just heard thus far? It's a broadcast.
Um, um, the only thing I had to add, when I was listening, it was just like as Carissa was speaking, it's like that little sense of like I did get the sense like you're better than, right? And it's like I think that's the attitude that they talk about
The
comes
boss bitch
with,
mentality.
yeah, like that comes with women that reach a certain level or reach a certain financial status. So I just think that because that attitude comes with it majority of the time. Because I feel like majority of women think like they think like that. Like if I got enough money, if I want to travel, I should be able to travel because I got it like that. I reached this level and I could do that because I want to. That's how they feel. That's how they talk. And I just feel like that's the attitude that's the problem when it comes to, and try to make, we shouldn't be trying to feel like one is better than the other or like I'm better than you because I got money.
Yeah, I think that we're starting from the wrong premise because it sounds like, well, I keep hearing find a man that's on your level when no matter your income, you're never going to be on a man's level as a woman. So I think I'll start there and then follow up with also, regardless of how much you're making as a man or a woman in a relationship, the respect thing has to be there. So even if you are, as a woman, making double your husband's salary, if your respect for him goes down because of that, I think that is the problem. And that mentality is the issue because yeah, that's all I heard was just a bunch of disrespect. And like for instance, I'm not telling my man anything. I'm going to ask about a trip. So it was just so many things that I just know would not stand, yeah, in real life for me. But
Just feel like if he's not my husband, I don't have to run anything past him if he's not a husband. If it's somebody I've been dating for 2, 3 months and I got a vacation plan, I'm gonna go on that vacation. Because let me tell you this, when he's cheating on you with Cindy around the corner, he's not running that past you, is he? That man's gonna do what he wants to do. So if Caressa wants to hop on a plane and go on vacation, lay on the beach for a little bit, that's
You
probably
compare
so.
that to cheating?
But we're not the
I'm
same.
just saying. I'm
Regardless,
just saying.
we're
People
not
do
the
what they
same.
want to do.
Right. And we shouldn't have that mentality as a woman. We should never have the mentality of I'm gonna do what I want to do because the man gets to. That's we're already starting off wrong.
But it'll change. Like what I'm saying, if I'm locked in with somebody, if I'm married, if we're engaged, like obviously we're at a certain level where there's a strong commitment there. If I'm just dating you, if I'm getting to know you, we're still in the dating
But
stages.
we're dating
I
two
But
mean,
how
at
can
different
this
you get to the point of marriage and commitment if during the dating stages you're not showing any type of qualities of a
Yeah.
wife?
well,
Or
you're dating to
understanding?
marry, right?
Yeah,
You're
like
dating
if
to
you're
marry.
dating for marriage, how are you ever going to get there with that type of mentality? I don't think you should date people that you don't respect, regardless of how much a person. If I feel like I can't respect a man, I'm not going to date him.
I
it's
agree with
being
that.
disrespectful. I think at the end of the day, if I'm dating you, I don't need your permission to go on a vacation. I'm being
But
respectful by
if
letting you
I'm
know what
dating
my
you
plan is.
and I
That
want you
is
to be
being
my husband.
respectful.
But if I'm dating you and I want you to be my husband. So here's the thing. It's like how you act when you date is how you're going to act as a wife. Or at least maybe that's what the guy is
That's
thinking.
how
You have
they
to
draw it.
consider that.
Yeah.
So if you're not treating him that way or with that much respect, how is he going to consider marrying you or locking you in if you're not giving him what he needs as a man? Because you're getting everything you want. You get to go on trips and do what you want, but he's not getting what he needs.
Right. But I feel as though if he's telling me that I can't go on a trip just because he also cannot go on that same trip, he's not the one for me. Like we're just not on the same page. And that's okay. I understand that. I'm not made for everybody and everybody's not made for me. The man who's made for me, when I tell him, listen, babe, I'm about to go to Belize for 2 weeks. You need some spending money. What you need? Your bags are packed. How can I help towards the trip? Did you buy your plane ticket yet? Be the man for me. It's not going to be the man who's like, oh, well, did you get my permission to book your plane ticket? Need your permission. Are you my husband? And again, I'll make that clear. When you become my husband, that conversation will be had prior to me purchasing the plane ticket. But if we're not there yet, I don't need to seek your permission.
Callie, anything? You haven't spoken yet.
Yeah, I wanted to ask her.
Hold on to me. I just want to make sure. Callie, quickly.
All right. So the thing is that I understand what you're saying, Caressa, as far as in the beginning stages of dating, right? I'm not asking you for permission to do anything. I'll run it by you, sure, whatever, to see what your thoughts are. But the permission part of that, yeah, we have to be a little bit further
Right.
into our relationship before I'll be asking you for permission to do stuff, right? run it by you, see what your opinion is, fine. Um, I feel like the in I don't know anything about the intimidation factor when it comes to dating because I can't call it. I haven't experienced that. When I was dating whatever my ex-husband, we were pretty much at the same point. So there wasn't any, back and forth about it. That other stuff didn't happen until, well into it. As far as who I'm with now, we too old for that stupid shit. So there's that. So but that's all I got on it.
Okay. I'm gonna read the super chat to me. What did you want to add before? I don't want you to forget.
Um, I forgot how you.
It's all good. It's all good. That happens to the best of us. So Caressa. Now we talked about this on the podcast. You know that, right? Why you didn't come to Las Vegas? It's a broadcast.
Well, he didn't want me to, Hamp. So listen, I love this one.
Perfect.
We're gonna mess this one up.
Perfect. Perfect.
But you know what?
There you go. That's the thing. Run it by him, see what your opinion is. I respect your opinion. I ain't going.
But it went against her whole talking point, though.
But that's not asking for permission.
I mean, when you locked in with somebody, and that's why I said I gotta be locked in with, like, I gotta be in love with you. And that's why I say when you find a man that's on your level, he will soften you up. He will bring out that softer side of you. He will bring out the nurturing side of you, the motherly side of you. All of that stuff will come out naturally. He won't even have to ask for it. My man, I'm doing his laundry. I'm cooking his meals. He said, we're not going to Vegas. We're not going to Vegas. I mean, it is what it is.
He make more
We're
money
happy.
than you? Hell no.
I would say no.
No. I want you to say hell no, like the truth.
Perfect.
Right. That was a no.
Huh?
That was a no. No, that was a no. No,
he don't make more money than you. So here's the thing about this, Ressa. This is pure manipulation.
How is it manipulation?
You disparaging the men that you don't like and trying to mask it as he's not financially stable to be with me. The truth is, you just didn't like them, right? You're trying to find a reason to justify I want to go on a trip, but he can't. Nah, you didn't have an affinity for those men, right? You didn't have an inclination towards those men, and therefore you treated them like they were just there for the time being.
No, honestly, like I felt like those men didn't understand me. Like that's the thing. That's why I said like I need a man. And again, when I say on my level, I'm not just referring to money. Like I need a man who understands my personality, a man who's like, okay, this is how Caressa is. Sometimes Caressa needs her space, sometimes Caressa's crazy. You know what I'm saying? Like I need a man who understands me.
Slow down, beloved. You was talking for 7 minutes and only talked about money. Now that we minding it through, you conveniently care about other shit?
Perfect.
How you did that?
Shit, yes.
I'm just asking though, why you didn't talk about anything else except for money for 9 minutes? You and Joy.
I mean, we're getting there. We're warming up. We're getting through the conversation. We're still talking. We're not talking. Yeah, we're still talking.
And here's the thing about something that Callie said, right? And Joy, I want you to make sure you get in, all right? Because I've been seeing your facial expressions. I want to know what's behind them. So.
Oh yeah, I don't have a good poker face.
It's good though. It's good though. It's good because you got good decorum though, But I want to get you. I just want to see something about Callie said that scuffed my Timbs. Right? You guys have this sentiment like when the time comes, I'll do said thing. But the things you expect from him, you expect them on the onset of the relationship. You expect for him to show you bravado and protection. You expect for him to be able to pay for things or treat you with chivalry on the onset of the relationship. And yet you think you can reserve the things that partner with chivalry and protection until you feel like it, right? That's not how nothing works. Reciprocity should be there from the onset. But you guys reserve these things to when you think it's time. But he can't do the same. I just think that's a logical fallacy.